Hello, my name is Gaines, and welcome to the very first episode of my podcast, Vidcast, video podcast, podvid thing. Those of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel will know me as a musician, and I have really enjoyed putting up videos of my flute playing, guitar playing, attempts at singing, and so on. So thank you very much for being my audience and for your encouragement and support. It means a lot. Oh my goodness. Please pardon the frantic cat. She wants my attention. Yes. So I've had it in my head for a while now that I would like to somehow combine my interests of music and writing somehow. And so that's what I'm attempting to do here. This podcast is going to be a work in progress. And there are going to be plenty of mistakes. And I hope you bear with me. But what I would like to do is share my writing, because that's what I do. I write fiction mainly these days, but I write other stuff too. And obviously I'm also a musician, but that's supposed to be my hobby. So I want to combine them, because in many ways they're the same thing for me. It comes from the same place of wanting to of that magic when you read or tell a story and you get just lost in it. That feeling of forgetting where you are, completely where you are. You know, whether you're reading or listening to a piece of music or playing a piece of music, it's the same thing for me. I love it when that happens. Anyway, I'm just realizing I was meant to start this episode off with a piece of music. It was going to be the episode theme, or maybe even the theme of the podcast, and I forgot. So I might go ahead and do that now, and then after that I will get into the podcast episode and explain what I'm doing. This has no title. We'll just call it Diddy for now. Something like that. Yes, pussycat. So yeah, everything in me is saying, "Oh, you can do better than that. Just push stop, re-record that, start over, maybe start this whole episode off over." But I'm gonna resist the urge to edit that out or try to fix it. I think I'm just aiming for something honest and raw, and just me. Well, part of it is me trying to figure out who I am as well. So if I don't know who I am, then why should I try to edit who I am for you? Something along those lines. So yeah, I think the same thing goes. I think I should probably edit out what I just said because it's a bit of a tangent and a bit silly, and I only sort of think it was worth bringing up. But yeah, I'm not going to do that either. I'm also very time poor, and editing, as I found out when I recorded my audiobook last year, is extremely time consuming. So if you will bear with me and forgive the mistakes, the noobishness, both of my speaking and podcasting and reading it, and of any music I play, I'll just get better as I go, hopefully. So, I don't have a title for this podcast yet. I was going to call it Flute Drum. I had some ideas of flutes and drums being the oldest instruments in the world. But I didn't want to limit it. So, and I also couldn't really figure out how to work that in with my writing. Long story short, I decided what I'm going to do on this podcast. We'll call it the Other Spect podcast for now. Is read passages of prose that I have written. Some of it a long time ago, some of it more recently. And after each passage I read, I'll play a piece of music inspired by that piece of writing. The music might be improvised, or it might be, it might just remind me of a tune or just something I'm in the mood to play after having read that piece of prose. So without further ado, I'm going to go to, so I'm reading directly from my website, which is www.otherspect.com, OTHERSPECT, Other Spect. You can find my blog there, as well as information about my other writing and music and so on. I'm going all the way back to June 13th, 2012. This was my very first blog post ever. Back then, for those of you who have been with me for that long, you'll know that my blog used to be called Beyond Language's Reach. Now it's called the Other Spect blog. But for years I called it Beyond Language's Reach, which was my attempt at describing that place beyond words, when words fail or don't quite cut it. I think when expressing something or communicating, words can only take us so far. Similarly, notes in music can only take us so far. And so I think the blog was me just trying to push the boundaries, explore and get myself writing and so on. And also just write whatever I felt like at the time, which I still am using it for. And for me, that term, Beyond Language's Reach, it's actually a concept that hit me when I was 19 years old and traveling far, far away. And I was in a lot of situations in which the people I was trying to communicate with did not speak English at all, and I did not speak enough of the local language to be able to express what I was trying to say. So I was in that situation daily, and being in that situation daily, in that headspace all the time, it really made me think about other forms of communication beyond just words. Sometimes we express ourselves and communicate with sound, sometimes with facial expressions, body language, sometimes touch, sometimes just sitting, holding the space, listening. I learned that term recently, holding the space. It's a really good one, by the way. So I've gone on a bit of a tangent, but the Other Spect podcast I'm going to be reading a passage of something I wrote, and might be fiction, might not be, and then I'm going to play a piece of music inspired by it. So I'm going to go ahead and read that first blog post. It's called The Eye of Hebes. It's a short snippet out of a science fiction novel I wrote years ago, and which never made it out of the slush piles of the big four publishers in New York. For good reason, I found out years later when I took the time to reread my book. It was, to put it lightly, a very immature piece of writing. It was a piece of shit. A lot of it was, especially the ending, the last third of the book, really. But there are some good bits in it, and someday I'd like to fix it up, rewrite what can be rewritten, and cut out the rest and rewrite the ending, write a new ending, I should say. So this section, this is my first blog post from 2012. In these two characters in the novel, they have gone out. They're on Mars, by the way, and they have gone out to a giant canyon on Mars, as you do, and they're going camping. And the canyon, it's an actual place on Mars, and it dwarfs even the Grand Canyon. It's enormous. So they're standing at the edge, looking out over this massive precipice. And I won't move the camera, but if I could position it here, and you can go and look at the blog post. There's a drawing that my brother Gavin Post did for it. It's pretty cool, actually. I think it's a watercolor. The Eye of Hebes. Spreading before us is the Eye of Hebes. The gargantuan canyon stretches many kilometers to the north and east, and the floor of it is fantastically far below our boots. In the center towers a giant mesa whose peak rises almost to our current elevation. Hazy in the distance, our perspective of it miniaturized by the curvature of the world, we can just barely make out the gray-orange line of the eye's far rim. The sun on my suit fools a part of me into thinking it's warm out here. But there is ice in the dust and gravel, and the air is dry enough to kill. Soon we will need to seek shelter from the afternoon winds. But for now, the wilderness owns us, expecting nothing. And so we stand in silent freedom, gazing into the eye. The Eye of Hebes. So there we go. That's episode 1 of my brand new podcast, the Other Spect podcast, until I come up with a better name for it. Thank you for tuning in. Every episode I will be reading or reciting a bit of prose that I've written, and then playing a piece of music inspired by it. And much of that will be completely improvised, as this just was. I love improvising. It's I feel like you're just right on that knife edge of your ability to express with notes and silences and rhythm. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. And tune in next time. I don't know when the next one will be. Hopefully I'll be doing this at least once a month, if I have time. Once a fortnight? Ideally weekly, but I just don't know if I can really guarantee I'll have the time. But also thanks again for putting up with my mistakes. I'm not going to be editing this. And at least that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. I welcome your feedback in the comments. And please, of course, if you would like to be notified of future episodes, hit subscribe. And if you know anyone who would like to hear or watch this sort of thing, please feel free to spread the word. My goal here is to build an audience for my writing and my music. And so anything you can do to help is much appreciated. Meanwhile, I wish you all the best. And now we get to see whether this actually recorded. I don't know if this gizmo worked. I'm going to hit stop with it. Oh. Well, start worked, but stop didn't. Anyway.